It's unbelievable.
What,
look at the art. Look at the art.
It looks very Mad TV or Mad Magazine, whatever.
It's so good. And then I got Murder World Avengers 2.
Murder World's good.
So,
well, that's just a variant cover.
Yes, it's all variant.
Oh,
that's cool. And then I went and got I spent some money on Wolverine stuff.
I do want to get the new Wolverine, not the new run, but I guess it's a new storyline in the run.
Yeah,
I want to.
I started at 14. I'm at 14, 15, 16 because that's when the new run starts.
What's up, Derpy? He's right in here, and it was great. Yeah, we're gonna get into that.
Was it great though? Was it
really?
Was it bad? I'm not saying it was bad either. No, neither. It was kind of. I don't know. I'm tired of all this negativity, man. I need some positivity in my life. You know, after watching, being sad and all stuff, I need some more positivity.
Let me do some stuff.
Oh, Christmas Story Christmas. I have not seen that, but I did see the first 2 episodes of Santa Claus.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Whoever Claus is.
Yeah.
So I saw that.
I find it entertaining enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think after seeing that, it already tells you that it has to be Bernard. Bernard has to be the new Santa Claus. That's what's going to have to happen. Even though he's an elf, but he's not there anymore, so maybe he's not an elf anymore. Maybe he became human.
That thing.
So I think.
Didn't they show him in one of the trailers as an elf still?
That's what I thought.
They showed him as coming back, but I think he's going to come back.
His little suit thing, right?
Yeah. So, but I don't know. I feel like somehow, because they said an elf can't become Santa Claus, and that's probably kind of foreshadowing that an elf will become Santa Claus. And I don't think it's going to be the main woman elf. I think it's going to be Bernard, because she talks about Bernard in the first episode. So usually they tell you the answer in the first episode, and then you go through the whole everything to find out what it is. So I think that's what we're going to get.
Yeah, I still gotta watch it. I gotta check it out. There it goes. It's far more cheesy than the original films, which is fine. I feel like, yeah.
You mean like a movie?
What happened?
Brandon being Brandon. That's all.
I didn't hear what he said. It broke up.
Say it again.
No, I said you mean like a Disney movie?
Yeah, like any Disney movie on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta check that out. That's probably gonna be on my weekend list.
Yeah,
but I mean, but that's what I expected. I mean, it's Tim Allen, who does cheesy stuff. I mean, the first one was super cheesy.
The first one is my favorite one, honestly.
It was pretty awesome. Yeah, I mean, that was
the first. Right. Yeah, the first one was a lot of fun. The second one was pretty entertaining too. The third one I really don't remember very much.
Which one's the one with Jack? One's the one with Jack Frost, and then one's the one where they made the clone of him that was trying to take over Christmas.
I think that was I want to say that was the second one where they made a clone of him, if I'm not mistaken. But the third one was with Jack Frost, with Martin Short as Jack Frost.
Martin Short, right? I remember that. I don't remember watching it, but I remember Martin Short dressed up like.
I mean, the first episode they go to Charlie. They go to Charlie, and immediately he's like, "Nah, I'm good." Just like, I don't want to do that.
Right off the bat.
Also, so the second one's the clone. The third is Jack Frost. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you there.
Charlie married like a total Karen in this one. In this show. So.
She is not Karen.
Really?
She's a Karen if she was like Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Puerto Rican Karen.
She's the boss. She's the one who wears the pants in the family. You can tell. That's how that works.
But
so you guys want to do Andor first? Go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, we could do Andor. Oh no, I was going to say, for all we know, they could pull a 180, and it could be Charlie. I wouldn't rule that out. I'm not ruling anyone out taking over the mantle,
The
or
reason I rule
maybe
out Charlie is because of the kids, and they said there are only 2 kids that ever have been there that grew up in the North Pole, and how messed up his kids were. That's the only reason why I'm thinking like, no, those. That's
Wait,
probably
who?
not
Charlie was messed up, or Charlie's kids are
no.
messed up?
So Santa Claus is Tim Allen's. He has 2 other kids.
Yeah.
With the principal
There.
lady who becomes Mrs. Claus.
Yeah.
And they're, what do you mean by messed up? Like,
It's just weird.
Spoiled? Weird?
No, just weird. Like, because the girl doesn't have any other girls around her. You know,
I'd say
she doesn't have any friends.
I'd say mentally stunted.
Yes, because you have no.
Yeah.
It's like being homeschooled. Like you never had anyone else to bounce ideas off of and all that stuff. So it's kind of like that. And then when you finally get it, you catch up quickly, but it's gonna take some time for them to get it. The only other person she knows, the only other kid she knows is her brother. And her brother only knows her. That's it.
Yeah. That's never a good not good for that, but not good for social growth
skills. Yeah,
social skills. Exactly. There you go. That's what I was trying to think of.
And not feeling alone. A lot of times you feel alone, and this is like leads right up to the Interview with a Vampire. So
yeah, I can't wait to talk about that.
We'll get back to that later. So let's just go right to Andor and then get to Interview with a Vampire, because I think Interview with a Vampire is going to be huge.
I mean, we got a lot of positive comments on the first 4 episodes.
Mm-hmm. I think there's a lot of people don't watch it or haven't watched it or don't comment on it. And
I think a lot of people are not giving it a chance. I think
it's hard to get past. Like, if you have anxiety about dealing with someone's different sexuality, you're probably not going to be able to get past that. But the truth is, if you can get past it, it's an unbelievable show. If you can accept people for just being who they are, then you can really enjoy the journey they're going to take you on.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, I don't know. I was always under the assumption from the first one. So I don't want to get too much into it, but all I know about Interview is the movie and whatever my mom kind of talks about, because she always asks me, like, whenever I go to like a Goodwill or something, she was like, hey, I need this and this book for my collection, and a lot of times I would find them because she likes the hardcover.
Yep.
So the only hardcovers I think she doesn't have, I don't know, I told her we're gonna be talking about this today, but the only one that she doesn't have is Interview with the Vampire, which is like, if you could find it, it's not cheap, and then yeah, but I was so pissed. I got outbidded by like a few dollars from a graphic novel of Interview with the Vampire.
Dude.
And it was Anne Rice was part of it when she was still alive, and it was like a limited run of a graphic novel, a limited edition or something like that.
You do understand that we need to talk about Interview with the Vampire then. It's just what we've done now. We've already kind of picked everyone's interest. We need to just go ahead and go with it.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, and that's what I heard, like, from other people, that like they're pretty much.
It's
like
true.
gay,
it's truer. Yes, it's true let's stop. Whatever. I don't want to get into this. It's gonna get into the show. We're gonna go. It's gonna be like speeding downhill fast. Enjoy this.
You want fuck, we already got people in here talking. What's up, Knox? Ashford, Lewis, and Lissette are literally lovers in the book, though.
Hey, Knox.
Yeah.
Let's do it. You know what?
Yeah,
let's just do it. Let's do Interview with the Vampire first, and then go to Andor.
Then we'll go to Andor. And I'm way more excited about talking about this show than Andor right now. Maybe next week with the finale. But
I was so excited. I was so excited about talking about this last week. That's how excited I was when I was watching it. I was like, "This is so good."
I know. Last week we were saying like, "Oh, we didn't do it. We didn't do Interview." But I'm like, "Hey, the finale is coming Sunday. Let's just watch the finale and then talk about it. This Thursday." Man,
I literally watched the finale, like at 1:00 in the morning. Just like,
I can see. Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? House of Nerds. What's up?
Dude, that's awesome.
So, so we'll just start right into it. I mean, we're already kind of going anyway. So we're going to talk about the last episode 5, 6, and 7 of Interview with the Vampire season 1. So that's the end of the season. There's only 7 episodes, which is kind of weird, having it be so short. But each one was over an hour long, which was great.
Yeah. So, House of Nerds Show, we're going to do Interview with a Vampire first, so just so you know, you don't have to worry about Andor.
Yeah. Yeah, you do with that. People are missing out because the show is top tier. Legit, man. Legit top tier. It. I know. We all been saying it. Like, oh my God, Sam Reed as Lestat. Oh man,
he is so good.
He's so good.
His accent is so good. The way he takes the character and you believe that he
presents himself.
Exactly. Everything was so believable. I mean, the thing I liked most about these, 5, 6, 7 was how they kind of used Claudia's diary as kind of like the basis of what we were going to see, and really understanding Claudia more and more made me like her even more and more and understand her. Can you imagine a teenager who's become a teenager, but now now 30 years old and still looking like a teenager? What the problems they have? Mm-hmm.
I mean, the thing she wrote in real quick. This is like a perfect example of like just accidentally us ending at the perfect spot, because like we did 1 through 4, and that was the introduction to Claudia, and now 4 or 5, 6, and 7, which is like very Claudia,
central,
So. Sorry, my girlfriend sent me a picture of the baby and super distracted because he's so damn adorable. So this one was like it was perfect for us to do those and then come into this, because these last 3 were perfect together. Like binge them, I don't know. That was a great way. I don't know. Were you gonna say something, Brandon? Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, I was just gonna add to that, them making it very Claudia centric, kind of her making her a little more central, and Louis and Lestat kind of background characters, everything kind of seen from her eyes really worked to the show's advantage, because it really helped it delve into vampirism. This sucks. No pun intended. But
yeah, do I have it? I don't got my thing up.
So, not everyone revels in it. You could tell Lestat really, really enjoys being a vampire. Louis kind of totters. Claudia flat out hates it. I like how they're kind of showing that balance.
But it's crazy because Claudia's more like Lestat in a lot of ways, but she loves Louis, because he loves her. Mm-hmm. But she's more like Lestat because she's more of a vampire, a killing machine. But I think part of it is just the age thing.
She likes killing people.
Yeah.
All right. So House of Nerds wants to know if you give him with a premise of the show. Can you give him a kind of a synopsis of what we're looking at for an Interview with a Vampire?
Mm-hmm. It starts off with I guess the main character Louis telling the story in present time to a news article guy,
writer. He's a great writer.
Yeah, and I guess they done it before. They back in 20 years ago they done it, and I guess Louis starts to tell you like there was a lot of things he missed and things changed and blah blah blah. You remember things differently, so he tells the story again, and it's just him in the South in New Orleans, and he falls in love, or he becomes. I want to say he doesn't fall in love right away.
I guess he does, right? With this guy,
yeah,
he's enamored first with him. I mean, he's always been a queer male, and a queer male in the 1910s, 1905s are. Yeah. It's really hard to be, and you're black. In the South, it's really difficult. And his family, had a plantation, but they don't make any money anymore because plantations don't make any money in the South anymore. So he had to go figure out to do stuff. He becomes a brothel kind of, or I don't know how to.
He was Louis the pimp.
He was a pimp. Basically, he was a pimp. with a strong pan. So
yeah, that was one of the changes that I really enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it made sense. It made sense what happened, because prostitution used to be legal, and it follows the law. The law definitely changed in New Orleans during that time, and how it played another character. It helped New Orleans play a character in that, and
the time, like the racism and stuff like that. Back then, the area and stuff like that. I thought that was really interesting. But then it just kind of follows Lestat and Louis, them learning to live together, kind of. Like they become basically a married couple in a sense. You have
exactly
marital affairs, kind of.
Because Lestat's not really just it's not just he's gay. He's very open to everything. He's just I think he just wants to indulge himself in anything that has anything to do with love. Because I think he lost so much love throughout his early 200 years.
yeah. Like I know we'll get some of the other comments, but House of Nerso said, I heard good things, and I'm going to give the first episode a shot. First episode was really good.
Yeah.
It gets better the more it gets along. I mean, it started off pretty good, at least for me, and then it just kept getting better. And then around episode 4, it went from good to being great, and then it was great, amazing. So it was like,
once you get to Claudia just takes over the entire story. She is amazing. The character is amazing, and the actress is amazing.
Yeah. Like
she's
so good.
In both chess scenes, though, I thought was good, because there's the one where she's trying to trip him up, and it's not working, and then
she figures out how to do it. She's like, no, I got you. But
go ahead. Oh no, go ahead and finish. I was just going to say a little something. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say it's amazing the way she changed. So she went away when she ran away, because that's what episode 5 we really get into, and that she goes on a hunger strike and stays in a coffin, and she realizes like you have someone I don't, like we just talked about in the Santa Claus, his children. You have someone I don't, and she goes out in the world and tries to find someone, and it doesn't really work out very well. Multiple ways, she falls in love and accidentally kills the person she's in love with, and then she goes to college. And she, like a lot of women, like 25% of the women out that go to college, has a sexual encounter with someone who does something pretty bad to them. And I thought that was interesting, because that's literally reality for a lot of women as you go. They talked about that the first year you get there. Women, be careful. And she doesn't realize there's other vampires out there, and she still has to be careful. So her going through that was really just intense to me. But
and I don't know if that was in the book.
It helped her grow up. I don't remember it being in the book.
I don't know. Brandon. Yeah, Brandon or Knox. If you're still in the chat, like if you guys know if stuff like that's in the book. Going off to college like that.
Because she was younger in the book, right? So she wasn't that age. She was like 12 in the book, I feel like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, right?
Like 5.
Yeah, she was 5 in the book?
She's like a little girl.
Claudia was young. They aged her up,
Man,
I don't remember the college thing being, like I said, they made some alterations.
But it made sense in the context of what we were doing, because it really helped Claudia age up. Because she started to see the world differently, and it helped her understand other people's point of view, and her thought process changed. She learned all these different languages. She actually went to school. She went to class. She learned a lot.
Yeah. 5. That's interesting. So she was 5 in the book, and I feel like that's really, really young, like insanely young. But 12, because I'm guessing in the movie, like Kirsten Dunst was like 12, which I think that about right.
Yeah.
And then here she's
about 15, 16. She's 15.
Yeah. And I feel like that's a better age for Claudia, just for story purposes, is like you're stuck in puberty, and she has issues of that. And I'm like, that would suck, man. That was because like 5 will definitely be stuck. But being stuck in all those hormones 24/7 for years, decades, like that's intense. But 5 is crazy. I didn't know she was 5 in the book.
But it also helps. I guess it helps with the shocks.
Oh, really?
And stuff.
That's really
that's too much.
Yeah.
But
but I guess she kind of brought that up even in this show. She's because like you said, it's like you have each other, and like she's like, who's gonna F me? And not like that, exactly. but like literally, like I got things and neither of you guys want to do it. But then Lestat kind of makes a joke. He goes, "You're really not my type."
I was like, he say that he was like, well, I could take one of the team, but it's really not for me.
So that was kind of interesting, but yeah, that Claudia and Lewis's relationship was weird in the books. I bet. And they're considered lovers. It was all mentally, but still gross. Yeah, still super gross. I think I prefer this one out of like the book. I don't know much, just besides like now knowing she's 5. I really don't prefer that. The Kristen Dunst one,
was a little too young for me, and I didn't like that.
This one I thought was perfect.
Being 15, almost 16, you're entering your real womanhood, like when
15, 16.
People are starting to look at you that way, but you still look so young that you're never going to be considered an adult. So being stuck in purgatory all the time, forever.
Yeah. But one thing I like too was, you really saw happen with Claudia. You kind of were given it with Louis. Was their voices change? You know what I mean? Like they start talking differently because they become more well-read. They become more educated. They start to move out of the society that they live in, so Louis starts losing his, Southern, twang kind of talk. And then Claudia had a very, like stereotypical, like black little girl kind of thing that by the end of the season, it was gone. Like she wasn't talking like that anymore.
Her innocence was gone. And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. When she went to college and that thing happened to her, which I just don't like talking because I have 2 little girls, but it's just when it happened to her, her innocence left. And then when she tried to run away, she tried to get Louis to go. She thought she escaped Lestat, and for him to find her and make her come back, it changed everything. And
that was a dick crazy move on his part.
Yeah. By the end, he shows how much of an asshole he really is. I mean, he's an asshole, but man.
No, that's not what shows him an asshole. What about the whole thing with him and Louis?
Yeah.
Yeah, with him flying Louis 1,000 feet in the air and dropping him. Yeah, they have not shied away from Lestat's dickheadery. And then they spent years telling him to go to hell. Which
years. This is like a decade.
I would say it's been a while.
Like I said, I definitely prefer the show. I love the family dynamic in the show. Well, in episode 4.
But like you said, it starts to change, because of the innocence part of it. Not only what happened with her in college, but also what happened with her with Lestat. Like her understanding what Louis was really was going through, and like why he did what he did with her. You know what I mean? It wasn't just to be like an asshole. There was selfishness in it, but
it's very selfish but he needed her, and it's like, and it wasn't like he needed a child as much as he needed her like a sister, and that was someone that I trust and I will give all me to, and will take the same thing, and we could be equals. That's what Louis really wanted. She was a little girl, so they treated her like a little girl, but that's not what he really needed. He really wanted his sister, the one that he lost. That's what he was looking for. And he found it in her. And as she grew up, and Louis was with her, But I also thought it was really interesting that after that happened, and then Lestat kept on coming back with all of these gifts and all these lavish things, and all it took was that one song that really to get to Louis, and that was unbelievable.
That was interesting because I think like that, but that's what an abuser does. It's like they're you only respond to abuse. So when he was doing nice shit, they're like, fuck off. But then, he does a dick move and they're like, they get the response they wanted, So very, very, very toxic relationship.
I have mixed feelings about the beating. Well acted, but in the book, Lestat would never physically hurt Claudia or Louis. Not even after Claudia slit his throat in the book and movie.
Yeah,
Lestat is a different Lestat in that. I have to agree.
In this one,
he's totally different, but the relationship is different because even when they finally do let Lestat back in, Claudia laid down the line. You are not my uncle. We are not family. You don't need to say anything to me. I'm here for Louis. I have nothing else to say for you. I'm here because this is what he wants, and I love him so much that I'm going to allow this to happen. But you and I are not anything. And even that the iciness, I thought that was interesting, seeing that dynamic too. Seeing how Claudia and Lestat were like just basically at total ends of each other, and even after all that, the fact that Lestat still made her stay. I didn't see that coming, because I thought
neither.
He was going to be like, yes, finally she's gone. And no, he was like, get your ass back here.
Because Louis needs you. I thought that was like his like he was able to also he had his mistress, on the side. So he's like, yeah, I can take care of my own when I need to, but Louis needs you. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
What is it? I can't get over how Louis kicked Antoinette out on her own house. Yeah, it's F Lestat. Like, damn, gonna take Lestat somewhere else. But that's what Lestat was like. He was like he didn't care.
It was Louis that did it. Louis did that.
Yeah, Louis too. He's like, get out. And she's like, no. And then Lestat's like, leave.
You probably should leave.
Yeah. The one of the coolest parts of these last 3 episodes was after he drops them. That was like insane. But he comes floating down and like. He's up there, and I'm like, that shot was such a cool shot because, like, I mean, it just looked physically cool. Like he's just kind of standing there, like like very like intimidating. But it's like they're looking up to him, like he's like I'm better than you. Like like I am your god. I am your creator. Well, and that's what they said that a few times. Like he's their creator. Which is kind of crazy. So like that was like it was so symbolic. He's like, no matter what, I'm gonna be above you. Like so,
and that's how he treated them, and that's what Claudia really didn't like.
Yeah. Sorry, Brandon. I feel like we keep cutting you off
because you know more than I think you know more, especially because of your mom, and she's the one that turned us on to this. So I want to hear your opinions on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah,
I want to tell us.
No, I really like, we already discussed the changes. Just, I like how they, jumping back and forth with him interviewing Daniel, how they already met previously decades earlier. I thought that was great. A great little alteration to the book. I liked the way this new episode ended, just as someone who read the books, I knew there was something up with that character, and I had a feeling that it
was his name? Ronan? You were sitting like
Armand.
No, but we know what was his name?
Other name
is the name they tell him. I'm not saying the vampire blah, but I'm saying what was his name beforehand?
I think it was like Ronan or Roan something.
I think it was Ronan.
Because they were calling something
that effect.
Yeah.
So I mean, I thought because it was interesting.
I had
was that that he didn't know that they were going to make him the vampire. He didn't know. When he went in for the casting, Rashid.
Rashid.
Yeah, Rashid. So he thought he was just going to be Rashid, and they said we want to talk to you about the story. And he was like, "Why the hell do I need to talk to you guys alone about Rashid? He's just a guy. I'm just a servant, whatever." And they said, "No, we're going to do more with him." And I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And he found out you're going to be the vampire Armand. And they're like, he was like, "What the me? I'm going to be that? That's what this is." Yeah. And because he in his interview, I thought that was amazing. That was so cool.
I gotta check that out. But yeah, that was great. I mean, it left it open where like I want more so bad. Yeah, Rashid.
Yes,
There you go.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
He said since he turned Antoinette, so he knew that Louis was contemplating suicide when Claudia left for the train. Yeah, and I think that's what he knew. You know,
that was the reason why he needed it.
House of Nerd, y'all have me sold. I'm definitely checking this out. First episode. Check it out, man. Check it out. It gets into a lot of. It gets into race. It gets into
I mean, you're dealing with the South, so you're
sexual
already dealing
preferences, and yeah,
you got to deal with
so much
South. You have to deal with this. It just says sexual preferences in the 1900s. Like it's just
1905. Yeah.
Between people of two different races in the South. It's amazing. And then them having a daughter, and then how they gone from these rich guys that everyone's like, well, what's going on in the house, to now, oh, that's that old creepy house. Those guys that don't age and something's going on with them. They have like the fountain of youth. And
they think they were satanic because they kept putting like circle of ash or whatever it was.
And Louis always kind of just kicked it out the way.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah. It was great. So the actors had a hard time with the beating. Oh yeah, I can't miss that one. Jacob and Louis did a great job. Sam was horrified over Jacob's beating look. Sam kept obliging. Jacob wasn't hurt.
Yeah, if you've seen interviews with Sam Reed, he comes off as like the nicest, most polite dude.
Those guys are always the ones that play the crazy people the best. You know, it's like the nicest person in the world, and then like, okay, you need a complete jackass. You hate everyone. You're an asshole. You know, but it was always good.
But yeah, it's really good, and I love that ending title card, Interview with the Vampire Part 1. I loved it, and I really like I said, I'm really happy that it's adapted into a series because it just suits the content a lot more than a movie did. As much as I like the interview, as much as I like the Interview with the Vampire movie, you know, I hate the Queen of the Damn movie except for the soundtrack. But yeah, I think like there's a lot more potential just to cover everything.
Well, it's so good. The Anne Rice universe is going to be great now because of this. I mean, I'm interested in seeing everything, whatever they got. Because after watching this,
Mayfair Witches, I think it's the next one.
Mayfair Witches, exactly.
Yeah, Mayfair Witches. Like I
want to hammer this home though, real quick while I got a chance. Bailey Bass, we keep on saying how good Claudia is. This little girl, she's 19 years old and stole every scene that she was in. She is amazing. I was just literally with her on the screen. I was mesmerized. Like when we talked about earlier, the chess scene and how it foreshadowed what she was doing and how she was planning. She is so amazing. I was just sold on her, period.
So I'm looking at what else she's in. She's in A Gift of Murder. I haven't heard of that. Pit Shop. Jenkins Family Christmas, but she's going to be in Avatar: The Way of Water, and actually the next few Avatars. So talk about striking it big.
No, but she's so engaging and so powerful of a great actress. I feel like perfect type of movie for her. She probably could carry a scene. You know, it's everything I said about before about Letitia. I feel like this little girl could carry a scene. When she was on the screen, everything.
She's 19.
On her. She's 19 years old.
She's actually 19. So she like played like a teenager, and she's still a teenager. Like, she was amazing,
enthralled. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. That was she was, like you said. I think more people had trouble with Louis being black rather than queer aspect. Like, really? Yeah. I mean, I've been hearing a lot about both, but I was like, it makes sense for both. Sense. Yes. You know,
in the South, it just made everything make more sense.
Yeah.
And Claudia was MVP. I love her in the show. She was cold blooded. She wrote in her diary with Lestat's own blood.
That was sick. That was sick. With a smile on her face, like she had a smile, open it up, like dip dip. Like,
oh my god, man.
Yeah.
So I really like the changes to Louis saving Lestat at the end, though it probably is a major implication for season 2. Oh, it definitely is. We know what's going to happen. That, you know, now we have the vampire Armand, his real love of his life. But you know who's still there in the background? Lestat is going to be, he's going to be back. He put him in the place. He wanted to make sure they didn't burn him, and he put him in a place that you knew there were rats. And for the fact that Daniel pointed that out, I love. See, that's what we didn't even talked about. The whole thing between Daniel and I keep thinking of Armand now, but that relationship was unbelievable too. I mean, how it kept on going further and further, and he was like, he realized you're not who you're saying you are. There's more, and you know, being a Pulitzer-winning writer, and also going through all the stuff they went through the first time that he doesn't fully remember.
Yeah,
he started piecing this stuff together slowly, and that was so cold.
I had almost turned off that episode. I had almost, because I thought it was it, and then like and it kept going. I'm like, oh wait, what is this? And he's got the flat top haircut, and at the bar, I'm like, and also I'm like, it's 20 years ago. Like this ain't it. This wasn't the 80s, right? I mean, they're saying it's supposed to be like the 90s. So I was like,
so I think it was 40 for you. I think it's 40 years.
I think it was like the late 70s or early 80s.
Yeah, which makes more sense because definitely the style of just everything in that scene was, you know, because Rashid,
81, 82,
you know, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, I was like, I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, okay, so this is a callback to how it started, but all that was, hey, like, there's things you did forget, you know.
No, it's just but him realizing that Rashid was there.
Yeah.
In the early 80s, 40 years ago, and looked exactly the same. And all that time, he thought he was human because Rashid could walk into the sun.
Yeah.
And then that's why he thought he was human. And that was cold in the last scene when he was like, no, well, after you live a couple hundred years, a couple centuries, the sun don't hurt you anymore. Like, damn, how old are you? He said, I'm the great vampire Armand. I was like, damn, not him.
I was like, oh, I had a feeling that was Armand. I had a feeling. Yeah.
Like he said it, and it was like
legit. That was legit like me when he said it. I was like, oh, get out of here. I didn't even, because you're so focused on Lestat and Louis the whole time, and then there's like, get ready for season 2. Like, yes, right now.
Yeah, and that was a great place to end it. It left me wanting more. I'm like, yes, that's a great place, but at the same time, damn it.
Yeah. Knox said, do you guys have favorite lines? I think mine is Daniel calling Louis and Lestat whiny existential queen.
That's the most apt. That's the most spot on way to describe the two of them.
That was a good one.
But you know what? I think I loved Daniel when he was first reading Claudia's diaries, and how you see that he was having inflected, like he was thinking about himself and his daughters and how he felt, and then he asked Louis, "Why'd you rip these things out?" He's like, "Did you really want to read some of this stuff that your daughter went through and how you failed her in every single way?" And that's how he explained how you ripped out these pages, even though Daniel didn't believe him. I thought that was like just deep. I wouldn't want to be in that situation where I'm reading my daughter's diary and not realizing I failed her and I could not do anything about it. Oh, that would kill me.
Yeah. I think that scene played really well because like Daniel, you know, that he's a agitator, you know, so he's like, but is it really? And you're like, you know, and I think Louis controls himself usually fairly well, but at that moment it was just like too much, you know.
That was also powerful that it was like all the time Louis can control himself, but as soon as you talk about his girl, you talk about Claudia, Louis ready to rip your throat out. Forget everything else.
Yeah. Yeah, Danny really called out Louis' shot at the end.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that was great. And Danny really called out Louis' ass. The brief flashbacks to reveal events were great. Yeah. And it was just kind of like this easily placing at the end. I was so close on turning off and going to the next episode, and then I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, because it's AMC. Sometimes AMC like merges things together like that, and I was like, oh, whatever. Like the episode's over, but
no.
Then Louis looked like he was being held hostage when he said, "Armand is the love of my life." I'm like, oh.
It looked like Link Choice. If he need help, it looked like Get Out. It looked like it was like the black guy from Get Out when he's smiling, he's like crying. He got one tear. Yes, I'm happy. That's what I saw.
I know who Armand is, but I don't know the full story between Armand and everyone else. So,
well, Armand is like one of the most powerful vampires like ever.
I know he's super old. I know it was because I'm trying to remember because Erica that told me, she goes, oh, he was in the original movie. I was like, was he? He goes, yeah, it was Antonio Banderas. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that's right.
We lost him.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, he was an ancient in the books.
Yeah, ancient. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah, we got you back.
I want to say he was an ancient in the books. Like I said, it's been a while. I read the books when I was a teenager, but yeah,
no,
like
guys,
that opens a lot
teenager.
more doors.
He's not still a teenager. I know he looks like he's a teenager. He looks like he's a teenager, right? But he's not still a teenager. He's actually older than me. We call him Claudio off film. Just let you guys know. That's what we call
Claudio. Personally, I love the dabble and the fuckery line in episode 2. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Louis. Right before we got yeah.
Rollins compared the ending to The Graduate with ominous and unknown feeling for what's to happen.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of what you felt?
Yeah,
and like we knew, so we're at the end, and we know now that Daniel kind of blew the casket out. So it's funny because the vampire Armand looked pissed when Daniel said, "What? Don't you know? Lestat's still alive," and he looked pissed and concerned at the same time because he knows that Lestat is still his creator, and there's a connection that he can never have.
That bond.
Yeah, that just can never have, never can repeat. So that's going to be really interesting seeing how that they play with that. And then now that Armand has, obviously, he's just as powerful. Our Lestat is very powerful. He's not as powerful as Armand, but he's very powerful. So how is that going to change everything? That's going to be interesting too.
But it makes it a little bit more interesting now with like going back and thinking at the previous episodes. Is like, can you imagine telling somebody your life and your sexual escapades while the person, like your wife, is right there? It's like, like going back, I'm like, oh man, that had to have been like, it makes sense why Rashid is like, and I'm leaving right now. Like, is there anything else? Because I need to head out. I can't hear this. And it makes more sense, like going back and thinking about those parts. I'm like, oh, okay. So it wasn't just a servant excusing himself. It was a lover saying, I don't want to hear the shit you did before.
It wasn't kind of interesting that he had other humans coming in, letting him drink their blood and all that stuff.
I'm gonna put some.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, nothing. I was just going to put something on display that Knox said that I think needs to be said, but finish your thought first, Brian.
No, I just thought that it's interesting that he was bringing in these other people that they're sucking their blood, these humans that were like, letting them do their stuff because it seemed very sexual in nature in itself too, and the fact that Rashid was bringing them to him was just interesting. I thought that was just kind of cool.
Their
relationship,
and just how good they were with it, and how submissive they were to it.
Yeah, exactly. They're also just how he was feeding off of Armand, right?
Which was weird because he's a vampire.
Yeah, he was.
So how do you feed off of vampire?
Ancient blood? I don't know.
I guess it's kind of like the sun. You know, like when they talk about the
Doesn't
sun,
affect
like,
you.
you know, yeah, it's like it doesn't affect you after so many years. You almost become more like human, which means you're more like more predator because there's less things that stop you.
Yeah.
Could that be what Louis waiting on, and that's why he's doing all these things? Rashid is doing all this stuff because eventually he's gonna get old enough that the sun won't bother him again, and he'll be able to step out into the sunlight too.
They can like live a life like normal-ish. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Vampires sucking each other blood is like sex in the books. So they did it in front of Daniel Salad. That's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. So, oh my bad. Was that the one you were talking about?
Oh no, you're fine.
Yes. Pretty interesting how people had so many problems with Louis being black in the show. Yet no one said anything about Antonio Banderas portraying a white-haired vampire who looks 17. People are weird.
Probably because back in the early mid 90s, even though the internet existed, people weren't really able to use it as like a platform and like a safe haven for raging incels like they do now. So yeah, I'm sure it was common, but it wasn't that as common now as it is nowadays. Yeah. But no, Knox is absolutely right.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No, he's absolutely right.
Yeah, I was going to say like having. Even then, having what's his name, Tom Cruise play Lestat. I know Brandon says all the time, it's cool having an actual French, sounding person, play Lestat rather than Tom Cruise, with his like Valley accent or whatever accent he has.
I thought he was French.
I
was like, oh, you're Australian?
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom Cruise seemed like he was doing something with his voice at the time, and I don't know what the hell Stuart Townsend was doing. I want to think Stuart Townsend was doing or attempting a French accent, but most of the time it just came off like his natural Irish accent.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true.
So,
yeah, steering to the skid with that one.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So we've been kind of going on for a little while with this one.
Sorry.
I know. I mean, we love this show. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it as much as I did. Like it was really, really good. I definitely gave it a chance, and I'm so glad I did. So you know what?
Let's rate it.
Yeah. Let's do season 1 or part 1, technically, of Interview with the Vampire on AMC. 7 episodes. So we're gonna do a now, later, or never. Brandon, what are you gonna rate this one? Season 1.
This is very much a very easy and very enthusiastic now. I actually now that all the episodes are out, I'm probably gonna rewatch it just in one sitting, maybe this Sunday or something like that. Okay. There's so much great stuff to be had. The performances are really top notch around the table. We've been sitting here singing the praises of Claudia Bass, Sam Reed, Jacob Anderson. I think everything is great around the table. The set design and the costuming is great. Everything about it, I just absolutely love. Even the changes that they made were very much for the benefit of the show. Yeah. in terms of the narrative they're going for. I'm really excited not only for part 2, which has already been made official. I'm hoping it comes a little quicker than season 2 of House of the Dragon does. I hope we don't have to wait until 2024 for it. I want to see more Vampire Chronicles content. I want to see a proper telling of, like I've said many times, a proper telling of Vampire Lestat. I want to see a proper telling of the Queen of the Damned. I want to see the Tale of the Body Thief. I want to see Ramses the Damned. There's a lot they can do with this content. Anne Rice certainly wrote more than enough, and I think AMC is a great medium for it. So this goes without saying. It's very much a now.
Yeah, awesome. What about you, Brian?
This is not a now. If you're watching this and you haven't seen the episode, you should stop, pause us, go watch it right now. Like you're already behind. It
Yeah.
And you know what? I actually love the little things that we get from the director and afterwards. The insight into each character and why they're doing that and how they created that episode. I think that was so good. So it's not just I thought it was amazing. I think it's amazing, and I think that you need to really put yourself in that world and really enjoy it. And you're gonna be at the end of the last episode like it's over. So what are we gonna do now? It's like the end of the Truman Show. But the black guys is in the tub. He's like, so what do I do now? That's how what happens at the end. It's like, so what do I do now on Sundays? I don't know what else to do. I watched that at 1 o'clock in the morning. I was so mad. I was like, man, I gotta go the whole rest of this day, 23 more hours. I ain't got nothing else to do. I guess I'll watch football.
Right. Okay.
So this is definitely a now. It's amazing. Exactly what everyone was saying. The fact that Jacob Anderson is British, I didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe Sam Reed was Australian. I was like, he's not French. He's not French. What?
Yeah. Yeah. So, just his mannerisms, the way he acted, and the way he moved was very, as an American, very Frenchish. So reminded me as a French person.
But Bailey Bass, I told you, I think she's a home run. I expect to see her a lot of other things, and this is a super now for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like you said, Knox said, I can't believe Sam Reed's Australian. Jacob Anderson is British. They did great jobs. How to become the best, and love how they became best friends. Oh, really? I didn't know. That's pretty cool. They always hang out now. Their chemistry is so good.
Yeah, it is. Very
yeah, that's awesome. And then Horror Geek 9 said, love the show, and I'm super excited for season 2. I will probably give Mayfair Witches a watch when it's out.
Yeah, me too.
Same.
Me too.
I don't know anything about that story, but just knowing it seems like it's going to be, what do they call it? The Immortal Universe.
Yeah.
That's what it's dubbed in the beginning. And maybe all of them possibly, linking over. I think that'll be super awesome.
I know nothing Mayfair Witches. All I know is it's got Alexandra Daddario, so I will watch it.
Yeah.
He was done. Yep. He was like, yes. Yep. Yes, sir. Please can I have more.
Exactly. Also, one of our channel buddies, the Cult Lords, they did a trailer reaction to the Mayfair Witches, and that was the first thing they said was Alexander, what's his name? Daddario was in it, and just like yes. Just yes, that's all you needed.
Yeah, that's all I needed. I saw her in the trailer, and it was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
You got lost in her eyes. You're just like,
oh yeah,
eyes.
Sure, that's what we're looking at.
Yeah. And then Knox said rated 8 out of 10. The show is one of the best I've seen in a while. It's one of the rare adaptations where the diversity enhances the story.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm loving whatever changes that I've heard they've done. I love it. I love it all so far. Well, and that being said, I'm giving it a now. Like for sure. It was right from the start. It was great. I know House of Nerd Show was in here and they didn't watch it. Go watch it. Go watch it this weekend. All the episodes are out. You can, like you said, you can binge them 2 days, Saturday, Sunday, watch a couple and then a couple more. Yeah. It's going to be a show that once you start watching, you're just like another and then another. And you just like, you keep wanting it, and then by the end of it, you're just like, okay, the next episode, and there's not one. And you're like,
next, I said next.
Like I said, I'm making plans to rewatch it all in one sitting. I feel like it's going to flow very, very, like even better than it did from week to week. I'm excited to rewatch it,
Yeah.
TV
Louis over Book Louis.
By landslide. I agree. Because you know what?
Thank you.
Book Louis was a little it's a whiny bitch. I don't know what else to say it. I like the way they did it. And it kind of explains it more. Explains his personality more. And you can understand where we're coming from. And I just thought that was perfect.
Yeah. Book and movie. Louis was born.
That's the only one I know. Absolutely
from.
Right.
Yeah,
they really made him a much more layered character and a much more engaging. No respect to Brad Pitt. Jacob Anderson is just like leaves him in the dust in the role.
Yeah. It's just crazy how saying like you prefer these no names compared to Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, but these guys are I don't know if they're doing it better, if it was better director, or they're getting time, like Brandon, you were saying, like time to actually explore who these characters are. It's just it's working way better.
Giving time to explore the characters is huge.
Yeah,
I think they thought it through a little more thoroughly in terms of their approach, in terms of the updates, which ended up working to its advantage, in terms of just this was the way to go. The TV, the TV show direction, this was the way to go. I'm kind of inclined to say, make more. Go the TV show out with more novels like this. There's more room to kind of do it justice, and to make changes to its advantage. Just to it's a better way to handle it to me.
Yeah.
So like they're making series out of a lot of books that I like they're doing the Percy Jackson series on Disney Plus, which I can't wait for because I absolutely love those books and I despise the movies. The TV show is the way to go.
So Daddario doesn't matter in those movies?
Well, she's the only thing that did.
Oh, so that's not what you said. That's not what you said.
I forgot she was in there.
I didn't.
Oh yeah. That was my introduction to her, actually.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Like I never understood why all these crazy vampires fell in love with Book Louis. TV Louis has way more agency and depth. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We do the last one, and then we'll end it here. I love how Louis used his race and queerness to isolate him more. Yeah, which pushed him more into giving into vampire life. Exactly, and how it showed that it doesn't matter. Louis was black. Louis still's black. Louis is still black. Yeah. It was interesting. Yeah, the whole thing.
He's a vampire, but he's still black, and they always saw him as black. And even when he tried to make these business deals, he was still a black man in the South, no matter what. And they looked, even if he was good, they looked down on him, even though he had all the money, all the power, everything. They still looked down at him. And when he lost his temper and tore that other dude and the inspector guy, and he just tore his throat out.
Yeah,
I was like, I felt myself going, yes. I mean,
no, I was like, oh. Then they show it, and you're like, holy, whoo, man! They saved all their budget for that last scene. Well done with that too.
So I'll let you know.
Right. Yeah. Cold blooded. Yeah.
Cold blooded.
All right. Let's we've been going on with this one for like damn near an hour. All right. But no, man, it was a great show. We loved it. It was the finale too, season finale. So it's definitely finales when they're done well. You usually have a lot of feelings about it. So and this one was definitely done well. We all feel very, very excited about this show.
Chef kiss. That was great.
Yes. Very well done.
Yeah.
Very, very well done.
It was. Yeah, I was really waiting for this show. Like from the second they announced it, it did not disappoint. It was definitely worth the wait.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And as soon as we get season 2, we're definitely gonna do a weekly. Next time season 2, we're doing weekly watches.
That way it won't be as long.
Yeah, exactly.
Easily.
But you know what? If you guys are watching this on replay, get in the comments and let us know what you thought about this, because this is one of those shows I feel like if everyone gave it a chance, they will fall in love immediately. So I want to know what you guys think. Would you get maybe you listen to the review and give it a chance? Tell us what you think. Tell us how it made you feel. Were you able to tell someone else about it? And are you excited about this whole universe? I think this universe is going to be amazing. So we'll see. I can't wait to see season 2.
It's got me really excited for what happens next. When you leave me wanting more like that, you've accomplished your mission.
Yep. Yep. So on AMC is finishing up Walking Dead, and it looks like this is gonna slide right in and take its place. So, we'll see how season 2 goes. If you're watching live or on replay, go check out our Facebook group. Link in the description. We usually post different news, updates, rumors, and stuff like that. Like we finally got a release date for another show we liked. I threw it up there. So, if you want to know, make sure you check us out there, and go check us out on Twitter. We hang out and talk a lot of crap on Twitter too. So,
hey, and don't forget to like and subscribe. If you guys are not subscribed, please like, subscribe, comment. Always.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. If you're watching live, we got a big giveaway coming up at 500. So don't want to miss that.
Mm-hmm.
But
almost there, guys. Almost there
for this episode. I know, almost like 23 or so. But let's move on to another topic. All right. So let's go right into talk about. Let me bring this down. Hold on. Where am I at? I forgot to take down this thingy.
Noobs.
I know, a bunch of noobs right here. All right, let me hit it again. All right. So let's go right into talking about Andor episode. What's it? 10? No, 11.
This is
11.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I know this is that's if Twitter survives.
Hey,
yeah,
they cut down all those offices and all the people walking out off the job. I was like, all right.
We'll see. But yeah, check us out on Twitter. We're on Twitter right now. I think it's twitter.com/spoiler_kings because I couldn't get Spoiler Kings. I was like, really? So very annoying, but whatever.
Bring back MySpace. Bring back MySpace.
Top 5, top 7. What was it? That's funny.
Oh man, that's great.
That's funny. But yeah, so let's get into Andor episode 11. It came out yesterday as we're recording this. I watched it today when I got home, and yeah. One episode left. Was this a good prep for the finale? What do you guys think?
I mean, everything's been a prep for the finale. I mean,
everything's been a prep. Yeah.
Every episode's a prep for the next episode. I'm like, all right, come on, man. Let something happen. And then I get there, like a little bit happened, but not much. I went through this whole episode and it's just not enough stuff going on. There's no reason for it to be this long.
Yeah. Derpy's liking it. A lot of people are liking it, but I don't know.
It's a slow burn, like you guys say. It's a slow burn.
It is.
But
it is.
Right now, I feel like the embers are starting to go out. Yeah, you better do something.
Yeah,
give us some action.
Yeah, it's man, I like this episode, but like you said, it's a very talky like series so far.
Yeah.
So like if you want like not action, some action, but it's mostly like they're talking and setting things up and you're like, oh my God, that's going to happen. Or they're doing that. Or like, I'm trying to think of like a good, like what it is like, but it's this very,
you know what? Watching this episode is like watching someone set up 10,000 dominoes. You know, and that's what's like,
you know what?
One at a time. That's what's going on. And like,
it's funny.
You know, it's going to be good. You can see it coming, but it's just like, it's 10,000 dominoes one at a time. And like every episode is like, oh, he's going to push it. He's going to push it. He's going to push it. No, it's just another domino. That's what's happening the entire time.
And you know, on surface level, and I know I was really defending this show for it being a slow burn. You know, pretty much initially the first couple times, you know, like the first half of the season, I was like, just wait for it. It's Tony Gilroy and Dan Gilroy. They specialize in slow burn, blah 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 blah. But at the same time, especially, I don't know if I've been especially irritated the last couple of weeks or what's going on, but I'm just like, you know, the show's good, but like, come on.
Yeah.
Give me something. Why are you doing this? I love it. I do like the change of pace and it being like a little more character driven, just because I've always liked Diego Luna that much as an actor. I'm really happy he's getting his own show. But just like, come on.
I'm just waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I like it. I guess who is it? Den and Nerds and Star Wars Theory. They're getting a lot of trash, because they're like, yeah, it's good, but it's not great. And
guess what it is? It's good, not great. That's all.
And I don't. Yeah, I don't get why. Like, well, Den and Nerds were like, I'm just not. It's not my thing, which I get. I get why people say it's not their thing when it's come to Star Wars. I know, Brian, you were saying that for a long time.
Yeah.
I get it. But I don't think you should be trashing people like, oh, look at these guys just hate Star Wars. I was like, I love Star Wars. You know what I mean? And just because I don't like something great, but I don't know.
Yeah. Whatever happened to people having varying opinions, if you don't fall in line. Yeah, if you don't fall in line with everyone's opinion, it's they come out with their pitchforks and torches, or oh, you're an idiot, or oh, you just don't understand it. Let people have their varying opinions.
Yeah, and for me, it's like if somebody comes out and says like, oh, this show's the greatest show ever. I'm like, cool. I don't see it that way. I mean, I don't see what you're talking about. Granted, it is a great show.
Yeah.
It is a great show. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like I'm not gonna call it the worst thing ever,
Yeah.
But I'm not. It's definitely not the greatest thing. It's very different, which I appreciate. That it's very, very different Star Wars, which is kind of cool.
And that's where we go right now. I've now accepted it into it being Star Wars, but it does not feel very Star Wars like, and which is okay sometimes. But I think you should have some type of payoff. And right now, my issue is the payoffs are really far in between.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like it's too long. They're going too long waiting for the payoff, and that kind of lowers its number. Like I was at the 6, I was hyped, and so I thought, I could wait to 9, and then nothing happened at 9, and then nothing happened at 10, and then nothing happened at 11.
Stuff happened. 10 was the jailbreak.
Jailbreak.
It wasn't the best.
It wasn't
to ever happen, but
I'm just saying, as far as action wise, it's not like the most action. Like you're not getting enough action for such a long series. For being 12 episodes, it's not enough action.
You're getting more character content, which I do appreciate. It's like I said, it's very
Can't you do both?
Character driven. Appreciate. It's kind of like in terms of the pacing and the occurrences, it kind of look at this. It kind of goes like this, and then like a little something, and then that, and then maybe a little something, and then that.
Isn't that how people die?
People die. The slow heartbeats.
It's just like you get flatline. If we don't get this episode 12 right now, we're gonna flatline. I'm just letting you know. Yeah. They better do something epic this episode. And I hope it's not just I hope it's not just Andor going to the funeral and almost getting caught. I hope it's more than that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I like this episode. I thought it was pretty cool. Like towards the end when Andor finds out, his mom, quote, mom died. Like that scene of him looking out to the ocean. I was like, oh, even my girlfriend was like, oh, look, it's a call forward to Rogue One, because that's how that movie kind of ends with him more or less, like them staring off to the sunset kind of thing. So I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting. So it was like, but then in that same scene is when the buddy he escaped with told him, he goes, people need to know, like, is that the moment he realizes I need to be part of this rebellion? Maybe, they took my mom, they took my freedom. Like what else? Like, how bad are these people?
But there's so many different wild cards still. Luthen's still out there.
Yeah.
What's going to happen?
He's cold-blooded. You talk about cold-blooded? Man, that man does not. He's just like, greater good. He goes, I'm going to kill you. Greater good.
He's like, we've known each other for a decade, but I've known him for a decade in one day, and I'm going to kill you. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's cold-blooded for real.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. Well, I mean, did you like anything else in this episode? Do you see it setting anything up for the finale? What do you think the finale is going to probably be?
Just to kind of go hand in hand with what Brian said, it just seems like it's setting up or promising something that I'm even questioning will ever happen.
It's possible that we get to the end of this episode and they go to next season without anything happening.
Oh, I'd be so annoyed. I'd be so angry.
Yeah,
you can see it happening, right? Can you not see it? Like Andor gets there, and the only thing he actually does is like escape the law, and then he's just sitting there looking at Luthen at the end of the episode, and that's it.
With the way it's paced,
yeah, it would be very upsetting.
I was
very upsetting.
Yeah, I was trying to be patient at first because I thought I knew what I was getting going in, but it's just getting very tedious.
So,
yeah, I think like what Brian was kind of saying earlier, episode 3 was like a good action. You're like, oh, cool, okay, and then episode 6 was amazing. Episode 6 was great, and then I think like you said was like, okay, I can wait until episode 9, and then 10 something small happens. You're okay, but it's just it's not enough. It's not enough.
Yeah,
and I feel like you said, it's all set up. But if it's a setup into season 2 without paying anything off, that could be very dangerous going into season 2.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It's already doing bad. Like they're going to release this on Hulu, I believe, on Hulu and somewhere else on TV, because they want people to watch this thing. They want people to watch this thing so bad they're releasing it on other platforms. I mean, granted, shit they own, but yeah.
They still own Hulu, so that's all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's getting to that point where like, okay, because everyone's waiting for it to happen, waiting for the other shoe to drop, and you see it like, hey, there's the foot. Oh no, they jumped. Oh, here's the foot. It's coming. Oh no, it's not. And you're just waiting for it.
Yeah. They need to hype up people. I know it's gonna be on Hulu. Where else is it gonna be at? I think it's gonna be on like FX or ABC or something like that. Why can't I find it? But yeah, I did see it earlier. But I think it has really low viewership right now, which is bad because I think it deserves better than what it's getting viewer wise. But right now, Star Wars, everything needs to hit. Everything needs to hit. You need Mandalorian after Mandalorian. Like you need that type of level nonstop, because right now people are upset. I don't want to say they're over Star Wars, but they're upset. A lot of the like OG fans are upset. I mean, this one's got good acting.
We're losing people right now. That's what it's coming down to.
Yeah, and I was interested in the prospect of the Andor show because he was one of my favorite characters in Rogue One. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Diego Luna. I think he deserves like all the success in the world. So I was interested in kind of seeing where they go with it, because I thought there was a lot of potential with a character like him. And for all I know, if they really are doing the second season, there's a little more they could do. But I don't know. I just kind of expected, despite a lot of the good character moments and that sort of thing, I just kind of, I was just hoping for a little bit more and to be a little bit more engaged.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that we're going to get, it could save itself if it has a blowout, like wonderful finale. But if the finale is not as good as what we are expecting or hoping for, then, I mean, it might lose me, honestly. It might lose me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Same.
Crazy to say,
This needs to be one of the It needs to be one of the best. It needs to be up there with Mandalorian, Luke Skywalker. Like it needs to be that level. I don't think they're gonna get. I don't think they can get that level.
I don't know because they haven't set without the Force. I don't know if you can get to that level without the Force, unless you bring the Force in it in some way. I don't know if you get to that level.
Yeah.
Because you need magic. You literally need some magic to get to that point.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Yeah, it's man. I don't know. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. You know, like I'm a Star Wars fan, so I'm gonna watch it. But right now, I'm just kind of middle of the road with it. You know, had high hopes. I'm like, all right, yeah. I'm holding on. But then it just, you know,
how many times can you disappoint you?
Not enough. Yeah. You know, it's not disappointing. It's just.
No,
it seems like I think it's setting up more than it delivers. I guess that's disappointment, right?
Yeah.
but you know, like it sets up something that's going to happen that's big, and then it delivers very, you know, very
big, you know, like
no, undramatically.
Honestly, it was 6 was amazing. 10 I could get behind, but once again, it's not like 10 was an unbelievable. Thing. It was just something I could get behind because it was a good 15 minutes.
Yeah, right at the end.
So that's just where I am right now. I mean, I'm not enamored with this last couple of episodes.
Yeah.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 7, 8, 9, 11. It's not been my cup of tea.
Yeah. Yeah. But we'll see. I mean, the one cool thing it did have was the laser. What was that? What was it? Okay, was that a lightsaber? Like lightsaber lasers? Like what was that shooting out of his ship?
I have no idea what that was. Like, and he knew.
You know, well, because like I guess like people didn't expect like that whole scene was pretty awesome. You know, where like he's getting the tractor beam and he just throws a bunch of shit, destroys the satellite. You know, I'm like cool, but then like he's fighting them. I'm like, but he's a rich guy, so I'm like, okay, yeah, he's gonna have all the bells and whistles. But then he pulls out the things that pop out, and then there's like lasers, and then he just like barrel rolls a bunch. And I was
he's like, all right.
But I'm like, what are those? Like,
you can't have giant lightsabers, so I don't know what that is.
You know, if anybody would have it, it would be him. Like because he already had a kyber crystal.
But when they also
that he just gave Andor,
would they not know? You know, that's him. Would be like, well, we know it's got to be this level of person.
Yeah. What if it winds up being that Luthen or Luthen, whatever his name? Yeah, what if he's a Jedi? What if he was a Jedi? What if
he's literally the first gray Jedi?
Well, I mean, I don't know if he's gray at this point. You know, he's just
he's
still a lot of killing.
Is he still Jedi? I mean,
you know,
or is he Sith?
Yeah. You know, so I wonder maybe they do something along those lines, you know, because he already said like he can't have family, he can't have this, he can't have that. It's like if you're saying you can't have those things. This cat, I don't think thinks I'm a freaking but what if he's already used to not having a relationship? He goes like, I'm used to not being in love. I'm used to not having these feelings. I'm used to doing stuff for the greater good because that's what I was trained for as a Jedi. Would that kind of surprise you if he winds up being at least maybe a Padawan?
Not only would that surprise me, but I would love that as a plot point. I would love to see that.
Yeah. I said, oh God, it's really like next Thursday Thanksgiving, and that means the year's almost done. That means Avatar's almost here. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to never check that out. There you go, kitty cat content.
Oh, wow. I'm not ready for that.
Kitty cat content. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not over the show, but I'm done expecting things. I don't know if that's I'm just gonna whatever I get, I get.
Yeah. I'm just
let it go.
I'm the same way. I'm just very numb to it. Like just whatever happens. I'm really having trouble being invested at this point. And I know I had the backs of Tony and Dan Gilroy when you guys were saying it was moving too slow. I was like, wait it out. Now look at me.
We've been waiting the whole time.
Still waiting it out. I mean, you were given a little sprinkle of good shit. Yeah. So Derby says things Luthen dies. Which I can see.
You think this first season?
Possibly. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Go to 26th, 27th. Well, or Wednesday. What is it?
I think it's going to drop on
26th or
Wednesday.
28th. Wednesday drops.
I think it's going to be Wednesday for the finale. I don't think they're going to drop it on Thanksgiving.
No. Yeah, it's dropping that Thursday. The 20th.
You don't want to commit. Thursday is Thanksgiving.
23rd. Yeah, but they're going to drop it that Wednesday, which is the 23rd.
Yeah.
Because the 24th is Thanksgiving. So, yeah. But I don't know. Anything else, you guys?
I'm just hoping that we're going to get something good, and I want to come back in next week and say it blew me away. Like, I got it. Thank you.
Hopefully. Yeah. Like, thank you. Maybe the wait was worth it, but
I don't think I'm going to say that.
Yeah. I don't want to get hurt. Any last words, Brandon?
That's pretty much it. Like I said, at this point, just like I said a minute ago, whatever happens next week happens. I'm gonna watch it because at this point, I've gotten this far, so in for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah, same.
Hey, you got to think about for next year. You need to keep me for next year, so you need to be doing something.
Yeah. We need to leave off on something good. But that being said, we pass the question on to you guys, the viewers. Let us know what you think about Andor. It's coming out to the end. Let us know what you think. You like it, you hate it,
either way it
underwhelmed,
goes.
overwhelmed. I don't know. Let us know. Leave a comment.
Leave a comment. Let us know. Like the video. And as we said, we're getting 500 subscribers, so we need you guys to subscribe. Please help out. We can't wait to get there. So do the next video, guys. Let's go.
Almost there.
All right.
Almost there.
On to our next topic. And then I saw what Derpy said. That's what you're saying. It was the Wednesday
drops. Yes. I totally get Wednesday.
The Netflix show. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, okay, we'll get into that.
I was like, makes sense now. Okay.
Yeah. That's hopefully well, Netflix does everything all at once, right?
Yep.
During Halloween season, during October, it was like you guys had one job.
Drop Wednesday during Halloween. That's all you had to do.
Yeah. Have you guys seen the picture of Jenny Ortega and Christina Ricci like together?
Yes,
like here's the two Wednesdays. So I was like, that was a good picture. The old with the new.
Hey, she's never old to me.
Yeah, Christina Ricci. Yeah, pretty much. Yep. Yeah. Well, we'll hopefully watch all that. And then
definitely looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to it.
How do you guys feel about they finally released who Uncle Fester was? And I don't like it. At least in the picture or whatever trailer they had, I didn't like it. He looked very.
He said he watched a lot of different Uncle Festers, and he's going to try to pay homage to all of them.
Because it's Fred Armisen, right?
Fred Armisen. Yep. I don't know if the way he looked, he just looked very. I don't want to say it, but very like child predator-ish looking. He didn't look goofy, and I wanted goofy. I didn't want like hey little kid. Maybe it was the hat. I don't know.
I got candy.
Yeah. You're expecting Chris Hansen to window frame and tell him to have a seat, right?
Yeah. Sometimes Netflix does weekly batches. Oh man. Yeah, both for the reality shows. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I doubt this would be a weekly thing. I heard they're gonna go that route, which I don't mind at times. Like being older and working now, like you have to like schedule time to watch stuff. Younger, like or if you're like on vacation for like 2 months, like I was, well, it really wasn't vacation, but like all you had was TV, but for the most part, I don't know if I like here's 15 episodes all at once.
Well, I want Stranger Things to come out once a week. I want them to change it by then. I want it all to be once a week. Especially
this last part where they're saying like each episode is going to be like an hour long. Like drop it slowly. I think it'll hit better, and because you're gonna drop what 6 hours in like 6 episodes. It's too much. I think they said the very last episode is gonna be damn near a movie. I think they're saying like an hour 40, hour 30, something like that.
No, so that was this. I know this.
No,
season.
they're saying for the next season.
Really?
Too. Like all the episodes are going to be super long. So
I thought they were going back
that's
to
a lot.
The hour. Because this past season, the last 2 episodes were like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Like it was super long.
Yeah.
Like I saw people falling asleep. It was crazy.
I don't mind the longer content, but
no, it was really long.
yeah. A longer content in a season like that is a little much. I don't know if you guys ever seen Sherlock, what's his name? Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name. The British one. Amazing. I love the Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman.
Yep. Martin Freeman.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's, I know it's a British thing, but it was 3 episodes, 2 hours long. And that's the whole season. Like, yeah, I'm cool with that. Little mini movies tied together and then done. And it was so great. I hope they do more. I want more of that.
Why we're doing more of? I want Luther. Have you guys ever watched any of the seasons of Luther?
I have.
With Idris Elba. I want a movie of it. I want
Luther. It's really good. Yeah.
Didn't they say they were going to make a movie? I feel like
I don't know what the hell's going on.
Let's see. I'm gonna pull up the trailers while we keep talking.
But that's what I want. If I could get Luther, that'd be so good.
So the fans for Sherlock were scary.
Were they? Horror geek. He's not wrong. A lot of those guys were straight up rabid, if not most of them.
Really?
I liked the show. Like I had people get on me because I got into it late. I remember people like, what the hell is wrong with you? You haven't watched it. Ugh. Like some of them, some of them are straight up rabid.
Yeah.
It's like
I got into it late. My girlfriend's the one that she was like, oh, let's check it out.
I'm trying to find out if this movie ever coming out.
Oh, with that
with Luther, yeah. Andy Serkis was in it? I don't remember.
Was
he? Oh, me neither. But yeah, Idris Elba has like a ton on his plate. So, if they do make a Luther movie, I kind of foresee not being.
Idris Elba confirms Luther movie has wrapped filming.
Oh, it's done?
It's done.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Wow.
Good. Well, that handles that.
Yeah, I'm just want to know when it's gonna come out. Like, all right, guys.
I'm just pulling up the trailer again, just getting it ready. Oh, dang it! I need to do it on this. But I got my new setup, and I need to play trailers on Edge.
Oh yeah.
Which is fine. I think Edge, you get I'm not a big fan of Microsoft Edge, but I think you get better picture quality on Edge, from what I understand.
Really, I mean, I saw it, but I feel like I couldn't control it.
Yeah, big fan.
We're likely going to get it early 2023.
Oh, is that the same?
Yep.
Oh, we got a Derpy Guy question. I have a question. The watch party for Christmas Story Christmas, or to honor Kevin Conroy, watch Mask of Phantasm.
Oh, man.
I'd rather do Mask of Phantasm. Yeah, I'd rather do Mask of Phantasm. But what's tomorrow night? Tomorrow's Friday night. I might. Tomorrow, Friday night's my God of War night. I only get one night a week to play. But so I haven't seen I say I haven't watched all Quiet in the Western Front. I heard it's really good. I gotta check that out. Yeah. R.I.P. Kevin Conroy, man. That's
I know
Kevin. It was that really.
You said that's your
That was
Batman.
rough.
You like that's my Batman, man. That's.
I mean, it's the voice everyone hears.
Yeah.
When you're reading a comic book or you think of Batman, that's the voice you hear. You don't hear Keaton. You don't hear Bale unless you like make fun of it. Like Conroy is the voice you hear when you think of Batman. You know, at least a lot of people our age. You know, even some of the younger people, because he was the voice in the video games, and those video games are amazing. You know, so yeah, he just had that voice. You know. And there's a clip that was kind of going around because there's a lot of other clips of him happening now. And there's him telling a story of him at a restaurant or something like that. And then somebody like heard him, like he didn't want to, be like, hey, I'm Batman, but they're like, they sat him down at the table. They're like, oh, he goes, I know you. He goes, oh yeah, I get that a lot. He goes, no. And then like he said, he came back. He goes, oh, you're Batman. And he's like, somebody goes, oh, hey, Batman's here. And everyone like cheered and like, like he was just like how great, it was. It's like, and I heard he's a really like cool guy, really chill guy.
I really appreciate it.
He seemed like such a cool dude. Yeah, he seemed like such a cool guy in interviews and conventions. Very, very humbled and happy to talk to all of his fans. Hell, he played the role in so many mediums, be it the animated series, other spin-offs, video games, the animated DC movies. He voiced Batman. Yeah. So you could tell he really, really loved playing the character. And he brought 150% every time he voiced him. He's the voice that I hear when I read the comics.
Yeah.
How about this? I think the thing that made me very happy was in Crisis of Infinite Earths for the Flash and all that stuff for the WB. The fact that he got to play old man Batman.
Old man Bruce. Yeah, that was great.
Old man Bruce Wayne. I thought seeing that was so good. It made me feel good. I really enjoyed it.
Right?
Although they made him an asshole, they made him kill Superman, and I was like, oh, I liked it. I liked actually seeing him on screen, like you said.
Just seeing him,
but it sucked that they made him the kind of Bruce that was. I was like, okay, I guess.
When I remember before Dawn of Martha, Batman vs Superman came out, and they were saying
you say that name.
I remember was going to use a voice modulator in it, and I was like, how dope would it be if the voice modulator made Affleck's voice sound like Kevin Conroy's?
Oh, that would be so cool. That would be so cool. Oh, and then Derpy said, to questions above, man, Mask of Phantasm, but I don't know if I'll be able to.
Yeah, I don't know because of Friday night, I probably have a white thing I had to do.
Yeah. So, and I'm playing a little something.
Yeah, I'm
playing it. I only get it one night a day or one night a week. So Friday night, I'll probably play for like another 4 to 5 hours. Worth it. Game's awesome so far.
I still gotta play it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Let's go. I almost bought an Xbox. A PS5 yesterday. Almost.
Just to play it.
Where'd you even find it?
It was actually. I don't know if I should tell everybody. We can talk about this offline. I found
let's talk about it offline.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I ain't telling nobody else.
See, that's why I tell people see, if you remember or you join Patreon, if we had stuff like that, then we'll let you know.
Pay me $5, I got you.
All right, you guys ready for some of these trailers?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so I got Elemental, which is #1 trending right now. It's a new Pixar movie. Inside with William Dafoe, which is it's 14 trending right now on YouTube. And then I have Puss in Boots, the new trailer that came out 2 days ago.
Of course, you
Yeah.
have Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
I feel like that movie's been taking forever to come out.
Seriously. But I heard good things about this new trailer. So but yeah, we'll start with Elemental. Dawn of Martha. Yeah. This, like in Rick and Morty, that one episode where the sun rises and it's screaming. Like that movie, the sun rises like Martha. Like
and there's evil Batman, evil Superman.
Yeah, all right. I signed up for the email thing from Sony to get my PS5. That's what a lot of people are doing. So if you have a PS4, you sign up for that, and Sony will send you
give you a password or whatever.
Yeah, they send you a link, and like you're on like a waiting list basically, but you have to be like the Sony member thing. That's how one of my friends got it. So, all right, well let's get into this trailer. Right. All right, guys, we're gonna watch a couple trailers. So first for the night, just came out today. #1 trending on YouTube is Elemental. It's just a teaser trailer, so nothing too crazy. And let me pull it up. All right. So I have no idea what this movie's about. So I figured was watch it and then talk about it.
All right.
Let me know if you guys can hear it.
Yep.
All right. Yep, I can hear it.
Now you're my everything. I was lonely. And where she go, I'll never know. That's down to you. She like hey, sorry. I'm Wade.
I'm Ember.
Wade in the water. Ember of fire. Really?
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah. Wade in the water. Okay. I see you.
And opposites attract. Okay. So I guess it's a love story of opposite ends. Thoughts?
All I see is more existential dread from Pixar.
What else do they do?
Someone's gonna die immediately.
What do we got? We got Up. We got Inside Out. We got Soul. We got I don't know.
Every Pixar movie. Think about Finding Nemo. Every Pixar movie, someone dies immediately, and then you get the title.
That's just Disney. They've been doing that since Bambi. So,
mother. Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
Too soon.
So,
too soon.
Yeah. No. We'll see. I've enjoyed most of the Pixar movies on some level, even though a lot of the recent ones have really bummed me out. Except, I think the only ones that didn't, as of recent, are Onward and Turning Red. That didn't have me just staring out the window for 15 minutes. but
sunset.
But no.
What is life?
Like the end of Soul, dude. Like, just really got me. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
But
that's funny.
But yeah,
of course the name.
We'll see. Mm.
Yeah, of course. That's what you were saying, Brian.
And then Wade in the water, huh? Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, like is everyone gonna have like a silly name like that? Like, yeah, I don't know. We said the animation wise, not expecting much out of
Like a play
the
on
story.
their
Pixar is past. Yeah, it was a play on what they are. Pixar past the prime. I don't know. I mean,
Soul was really good. It was really good.
Soul. I mean, that was the Academy Award. Is Encanto considered Pixar, or is that just Disney animation? Because at this point, they're basically one and the same.
Mm-hmm.
But Turning Red was amazing.
Turning Red was really good.
I mean, really, Pixar
Inside Out is amazing. Inside Out was my thing.
I mean, Pixar doesn't fail. Only Lightyear. Lightyear was trash. I don't know what the hell. Yeah, it kind of is Disney.
Disney. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I'm pretty sure like Turning Red was Pixar, I think.
You kind of broke up there. You said you.
Onward.
I was saying you broke up there. Which one was trash? You said.
Oh, Lightyear.
I didn't know if it was trash. It was just.
Yeah, Lightyear was garbage.
Yeah, it was trash.
It was.
It just wasn't good.
It was okay. They didn't run far enough with the premise.
Yeah. Exactly. They should.
It had potential that they didn't tap into. They really could have ran with it.
Yeah. No, that was trash.
Like, take a page from the animated series Buzz Lightyear of Star Command and just have him.
Yes.
Yeah. It wasn't. I think great.
Yeah. I don't get too much into that, but I'm like looking at their stuff like
Onward wasn't that great. Onward.
But that wasn't trash. It was like that one was okay.
Oh, so that's okay, but I can't say like
that was no. Like the Lightyear was trash. Lightyear was trash. Like Luca was okay too. Yeah. I didn't hate Luca. Onward, I didn't hate. But they weren't horrible movies. I think like the only failure is Lightyear. Out of all their movies,
we blame Chris Evans.
Yeah, 100%. It was his fault.
I bet you Lightyear would have been good if it was Tim Allen. Just him being by himself, it would have been better.
I think so.
Well,
yeah.
Well, Chris Evans was fine. I thought he did a fine job as the voice.
That's awesome.
The problem was just the plot. They just didn't do enough as they could have. They didn't do as much as they could have. With the plot.
Yeah.
And then Chris Evans, I thought he was fine. If they weren't going to get back Tim Allen.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you could do. I felt like Toy Story is done.
I thought he did good enough
with it. I think Toy Story is done because you know what? Well,
after each one though.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I was gonna say I thought that after 3, when they're holding hands, going to the furnace, the saddest movie. But since The Lion King, I've never been. I was sitting like, no. I was like tears coming. I was like wiping them out, like consistently. Like my kids looking at me like, "What's wrong with you, Dad?" Like, I grew up with you, man. I can't believe this.
You don't get it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I thought that was it for them in that scene. Imagine if it did end like that.
Dude, my heart would just ripped. It would have ripped out my heart.
God, that no. Yeah. It should have ended at 3. I probably agree, but 4 was really good.
It was
4 was really, really good. I thought it was. It's not the best one, but
4 could have been 3. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a continuation story. Yeah, it could have been 3, but because 3, the way it ended was just so perfect.
Yeah, yeah. I liked it. Handing off the toys to the little girl and their life continues. It was awesome. But getting back to this one though, I think this one might be pretty good. Nice love story. It looks like with issues of it's gonna be like accepting who you are, the way you are, type of stuff. I think we're gonna get a lot of that. Yeah,
how they're gonna have kids. That's all I can think of. Like Steam, maybe a little Steam.
Yeah, maybe. There you go. little Steam clouds, or or a little gas. It's just I don't know. Well, we'll see. I don't hate it, but it's a teaser, so we just besides their names. But I thought it looked cool. Yeah.
Did what a teaser's supposed to do. Didn't give away anything too much about the movie, but just enough to kind of attract your interest.
Exactly. Curiosity.
Yeah, and then obviously it sounds like she's so Ember is a tough, quick-witted, fiery young woman, and then friendship with a fun, sappy, go with the flow guy. Go with the flow. Guy named Wade. so directed by Peter Sowen. So yeah,
I'm interested. We'll see. I'm definitely gonna go see it. That's not a question. I have kids.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You have no choice.
Exactly.
Yeah, but we'll pass the question off to you guys watching. Leave a comment. Let us know. Do you think this is gonna be good? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Or are you over? I know like some of these other people like it. They're past their prime. Are you over Pixar stuff? Did they do everything they could have done? But leave a comment. Let us know. But we are gonna go on to our next topic. All right.
What do you have for us today, Tank? What do we got now?
Rolling with it. So let's go with so we got 2 trailers left. Let's go with Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I believe this is the third one.
Yeah, this is like third.
Right?
Yeah,
third one. I mean, he's been in the Shrek films. I think this is his third solo film. I think. So Antonio Banderas is such great casting. From the beginning. Like, hey, we're gonna have you play this like silly, adorable cat with your sexy Spanish, accent. So
as you play it, your cat's gonna look at you like with the eyes and everything.
Yeah, he's done that a few times. It's like, don't do it. All right, let's watch it and talk about it a little bit.
Boxing Day. Isn't that like the 26th of December or something?
You guys want to bring it down? My mouse froze. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I don't know. I was like Boxing Day. I was like, is this like a Canadian trailer or something?
It has to be,
right? Where's our Canadian friends at? Where's House of Nerd show?
Yeah, so Boxing Day is December 26th. It's the day after Christmas.
There we go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was looking up some of the voices in this one, and of course I know Selma Hayek's back as Kitty Softpaws.
Kitty Softpaws.
That was Florence Pugh. That was Florence Pugh as Goldilocks. That was That was Florence Pugh. I knew it kind of sounded familiar. She's actually like one of my more favorite like up and coming actresses. Like, she's great in everything she's in. So, I'll watch anything she's in at least once. She was
there's a
like I watched that one that Olivia I watched that one that Olivia Wilde directed. Don't Worry, Darling.
Don't Worry, Darling. I heard that was good. I thought she did a really good job in that. I thought she did really good.
Oh, she was great in it. Yeah. She was the best thing about it. Like, that was her show to run, pretty much.
And then she didn't go to any promotions for it because she was like, "F you."
Which is why I like her a lot. Like, she has her beliefs and and she stands by them. So she's like, nah, F you, and so I like her. She's cool, but
she's got a pretty sweet MC. At least she's gonna pop up in several movies before Thunderbolts.
Yeah. So,
which is probably one of my more anticipated upcoming MCU movies. By the way, I think the Thunderbolts movie has potential to be.
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm not, because they're all the same person. And
I'm not.
this
I'm
guy
not. I'm
who's
not.
the same guy as this guy, and the same
Yeah,
guy
I'm
as
not.
this guy. It's like, okay.
I'm not too keen on. I'm not too keen on the lineup at all. Like they could have thrown a little more variation instead of like a handful of super soldiers. But I'm excited by the prospect of a Thunderbolts movie. I'm gonna wait it out until at least I see a trailer.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like it's Avengers with just having Captain America and Falcon and Captain America and Captain America. Like just having that. That's
Yeah.
you will have all the super soldiers and Bucky
and Ghost.
It's just that's all
Yeah.
they're gonna do. I think it's too much.
Yeah, it's like why do they need those many super soldiers? But we'll wait and I'll wait. I'll wait until at least I see a trailer.
Yeah, I don't need them attacking Wakanda either. So just saying.
Oh yeah, hopefully they don't. That's not the route they go. I no. But
Well, I feel like the Wakandans would make short work of them anyway. So.
Well, it still got to be a movie, so I mean,
yeah,
disappointed too.
Yeah.
Well, David Harbour did say in a recent interview that these are going to be like the losers, or like the rejects of the MCU. So I kind of feel like it's basically going to be Marvel's answer to Suicide Squad.
He's going to film Thunderbolts and Stranger Things at the same time.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Not even mad. Make that money, dude.
Yeah.
If you could do it, Henry Cavill could do it. What the hell, Henry? What the
Too
hell?
much. He can only carry so many movies and franchises on his shoulder.
You Superman. You can do it all. Come on. Gee.
Yeah. But yeah, all right. Go back into Puss in Boots. Everything always ends up MCU. I don't know. So I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I like it. It looks funny.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna take my girls to see it. They're excited about seeing it. So
yeah, if it keeps up with that Shrek kind of goofiness comedy, with very adult jokes slid in there. So I'm cool with that.
We'll see if we can do it.
Same.
I mean, Shrek is a phenomenon. So I don't know if they could go that good, that well, but we can at least hold his own. It'll do fine.
Yeah, the last couple ones did well. So
here's hoping. I'm seeing it one way or another, good or bad.
Yeah. Yeah, you saw Paws of Fury, so
exactly.
you know the worst. You know how bad it could get.
I've been there, guys. I fell asleep in the theater, and my child will sleep right next to me.
Oh God! Like, oh, you wait. At least one of us need to be awake.
That's what I said. Like, you gotta stay awake. Come on, what are you doing?
Yeah. Anything else, Brandon? About Puss in Boots?
That's pretty much all on my end. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like this movie's been delayed like a handful of times. Like it was supposed to come out much, much earlier this year.
Like years ago, I felt like that's what it feels like. But with that being said, yeah, let us know what you guys think. Are you excited about it? Are you over it? Does it look funny? It looks stupid. Are you a fan? I mean, some people are not a fan of him, but let us know. Leave a comment and let's talk about it. But
and remember,
for us,
he's inedible. It's inedible.
Yeah. And then also make sure you like the video. It helps us out, and hit that sub button. Help us get to 500, and we got a nice big old giveaway.
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you. And thank you. But all right, let's move on to our next topic. All right. So before we get onto that trailer, I think Derpy had a few comments. At the end of the day, we know one thing: Digimon is better than Pokemon. I agree.
Really?
I love Digimon. I love Digimon more than Pokemon. I think Digimon was a little bit older than Pokemon. Pokemon was like, oh yeah, Pikachu. Like Digimon, I think had more preteen issues. The Digimon now, I don't know what the hell's going on, but the original run of Digimon, that shit was awesome. Yeah,
I'll say Digimon is darker. Digimon is darker, I'll say. I'm okay with that. But Pokemon is what got you interested in all of it. I mean, it's the originator. It's kind of like saying,
Yeah.
you know, the first Batman wasn't as good as, you know. I mean, it doesn't matter what you say because the first Batman is what started it, so it's going to be as good as it, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, Pokemon, I didn't like that Pokemon as a show was just to sell the cards. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it was. It's like, watch a show and buy all these cards, you know? And it was a card game. And I'm like, I was already into Magic the Gathering because I was a big nerd. So it was like, I already have a good version of the game. So so I was never a big Pokemon fan. Yeah, I would watch the show every so often when I was younger.
I don't know what he's talking about. I literally saw Tank
anyway.
walking around looking for Pokemon on the street like last year. I don't know what you're talking about. He was in a park looking for Pokemon.
Oh, the game was awesome. Man, Pokemon Go was awesome. That shit died out hard, though. Pokemon Go was awesome. Digimon Tamers is Great Depression. Great Depression being the big bad as well.
Yeah.
It was wild. Yeah. I check that. Digimon Tamers. But the original one was cool. I loved the second season of it was not so much, but that first season when they were stuck in the world and got their buddies and shit, that was cool. All right. But let's get on to our last trailer and then call it a night.
Yep. Let's do it.
All right. So we got one more trailer for you guys. This one just came out today as of recording it. Seems like a serious one. I haven't watched it yet because I wanted to watch it with you guys, so I have no idea what it's about or what it is. All I know, it's William Dafoe is in it, who is, for me, one of my favorite actors. He's so versatile. He can do everything. So this one is just called Inside, and it's number 14 on trending on YouTube right now. So let's check it out and talk about it. Oh. Yeah.
I gotta set you free. I feel you, brother. I gotta set you free.
Help me! Get me out of here!
March. All right. What do you guys
that
think?
was strange as hell. It was strange, and then it was even stranger because it's William Dafoe, which just makes it 10 times stranger, no matter what.
That was. I don't know. What do you think, Brandon? Before I get into it.
Can't hear you, Brandon.
All right, muted. Hit that mute button.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Yep. Good to go.
Sure, what that was all about. Well, basically, what I gathered from this trailer is this is a deep dive into the mind of Norman Osborn. Basically, remember the scenes where where you wouldn't see the Goblin or Osborn off screen, but you could just hear him upstairs cackling and making weird noises. This must be what he was upstairs doing.
He was stuck in a room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it weird that anytime I think of William Dafoe, I think of Family Guy?
The scene where he's under Stewie's
Family Guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was a good one.
I forget about the bed.
Sleep
slides he slides back. It's just everything he does just makes it's just creepy and very just unsettling. That's just who he is.
Yeah,
he has that face.
In my mind, he well, first and foremost, just imagine waking up in the middle of the night to just to see him hovering over you, not saying anything, but just kind of hovering in the corner of your bedroom, just grinning at you with that grin of his.
Yeah, you have a very high pitched scream.
Yeah.
Take her, not me.
But I like to think Willem Dafoe just stands in front of his mirror, just kind of grinning at himself and making weird Willem Dafoe noises and faces.
I just feel like Willem Dafoe would have been a great Joker.
That's the vibe I got from this one. Was like, oh, this is how the Joker was made. Like his origin story. Because I think that he's like in a purple robe too. So which really that's where my mind went. You know, was like, oh, this is how the Joker starts. You know, he's a thief that just goes crazy.
Well, you see that temperature going up too. That would really, that would get me.
If they did a live action Dark Knight Returns movie, he'd be an excellent old man Joker. You know,
I can see it.
He do all of his own stunts and all the fights too. He's but yeah, he's a great actor.
No, I mean, this looks like a good movie. It looks like it's going to be Willem Dafoe just by himself a lot, but he's strong enough of a character, and he must have like 15 different personalities inside his head. It seems like it's going to work out, and it's going to be interesting. So, I mean, I'm down with watching this and thinking that it's probably going to be a very good movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, especially I think the world coming out of COVID, where everyone was like stuck inside, kind of thing, and there's this. I think it's still fresh enough where people are like, ugh, but not. But it's also very different, obviously. Like he's literally physically trapped, inside, for doing something bad. So I don't know. I think it's a good timing for this kind of movie, and and like you said, Willem Dafoe just by himself doing crazy shit, with monologues and all. So I'm excited.
Yeah, William Dafoe doing William Dafoe things.
Yeah.
Oh no, don't play it. No, don't do it. No.
Give you nightmare fuel. There you go. There you go.
So, do you have a wife? Girlfriend? No hands, no hands.
Oh God!
Thank you, Court Lords, for showing us that one.
JR.
Yeah, that's still nightmare fuel right there. Anything else, guys?
If anyone else is gonna have nightmares tonight, please comment. Let us know. You don't have to like this video, just still subscribe, because I mean that William Dafoe thing just got me.
Yeah, like thanks. I can never watch Pretty Woman or anything anymore. But
no, that was good. That's good. So I mean,
I like it.
I'm all for it. I want to see it. Can't wait to see it. So let's just go from there.
Yep. Any last words, Brandon? Before we call it. Oh,
is he frozen? No.
As far as
he's kind of froze.
Did I freeze up? Am I back?
A little, yeah. Yeah, you're good.
Am I good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, that's
good.
pretty much it for me.
All right, cool. But we are going to ask you guys the question of, are you going to watch it? Does this look like a movie that you are going to watch? Leave a comment. Let us know if you're going to check it out, or if you're going to pass or wait until it's out on streaming. But leave a comment, let us know, and let's talk about it. And sorry about the nightmare fuel, guys, but that is it. Move on to our last little talk. Yeah. All right. Man. I was trying to do something different on the outros, but I gotta like write it down and like remind myself, because I always forget to ask for subs.
Yeah.
Either the beginning, or it should do it at the beginning and at the end of the videos, but
I just hear all the people I watch, all the YouTubers, they always say, like and subscribe. Make sure if this type of content you would like to have, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. I love to hear what you guys think. Yeah, I hear it over and over again, so I just always think that way.
Yeah, that's good. I think my internet's starting to crap out on me.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
I started looking or glitching.
Yeah, because the thing was glitching a little bit. The trailer,
the video, was it?
Yeah.
When I edit it, I'll put the actual trailer in Yeah, I don't know why, man.
Oh.
My internet in the last couple of days has been pretty cruddy, especially at night.
No, what you don't know is that Lucas has an iPad in his playpen.
Yeah, right. He's playing God of War. He's like,
It's like, got you, daddy.
yeah. Oh god. Here you go. Fast X will be one of the most expensive films ever made. Hope it's worth it.
That's crazy. Knowing that the Avengers movies has like 52 superheroes. It's just
Yeah. Oh man.
family.
Yeah,
Family.
I'm interested as to how they'll violate the laws of physics this time, and just the marketing for the movie as well, because like the most entertaining thing about the Fast movies is how the only person taking this all seriously is Vin Diesel.
He has to.
He just the way he promotes the movies and talks them up, as if they're cinematic match. I'm here for it.
Yeah, he's gonna like literally become king of something. They're gonna make him a king of some type of country, and he's gonna like family, and they're all gonna come to that one country, and that's what's gonna happen.
The fast country.
I think it's so entertaining because I don't think that man knows where Dom ends and Vin begins. So
that's true.
I just like seeing the new ways they violate the laws of physics. So
yeah, they're time traveling. At one point, they're time traveling.
Go back to the first movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Time traveling.
Where they're stealing.
That's good.
They're stealing DVD players.
Time travel is the next logical step. It's the next logical went to space in the last movie.
Obviously, they follow Avengers. Everything that happened in Avengers, that's what they're doing. That's what this is. This is all about Avengers movies. They're going to go back in time. They're going to go to have a multiverse. It's going to be like 4 Doms pointing at each other, saying family, family. It's happening. It's happening.
Yeah. Or they go like, because maybe I just watched Interstellar, but since they're already in space, they go through a wormhole or a black hole, and then like they're in the 5th dimension somehow.
You be Murph.
Murph, or Dom.
I'm curious to see if there's any other. I'm curious to see if there's any other long lost family members that Dom's going to introduce us to in this one, because like the last one, it's like family is so important to me. Family. Did I mention family?
I never
family. Oh, by the way, here's my brother I never bothered to mention.
Yeah. Well, isn't that Jason Momoa is supposed to be another family member, right? Like, that's what I think.
Here's my cousin that we never talk about.
Oh,
yeah. Jason Momoa is in this next upcoming one, so which seems like a natural fit, right? It's like,
oh, he is
like that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, there's like every other big actor can't be in this franchise because they're over it.
I mean, even Michelle Rodriguez. So,
I know they're bringing back Scott Eastwood for this one. I know Alan Richson from Reachers in it, Brie Larson. So,
oh yeah, Brie Larson. I heard about that.
I'll go check it out for the new cast editions.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
I still haven't watched 9.
I would say watch it just because it's off the wall.
They went to space. I was done. Like,
yeah.
You went from a street racer to now being dropped in space. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. No,
they're working on rocket cars in space. Supersonic speakers attached to the side of the cars.
Even by the standards of this franchise, they went really, really dumb and absurd thing by the standards of this franchise.
And that's
even by the standards of this franchise.
Yeah. Where he Tarzan jumped with his car.
Oh my
God. That was the best. That was the best.
And caught her, and oh my God, that was when he pushed the car up and he was like headbutting the other car. Like I don't know. I don't understand anymore. He's flying. I'm done. Whatever. Just can't do it anymore.
Man.
Family.
Pretty much.
All right, I'm done. I'm tired. It's time to go.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
I appreciate everyone in the chat.
I need to get to bed.
Yeah, Horror Geek 9, Derpy, I appreciate. House of Nerd Show, awesome. I am exhausted. Thank you guys, but we'll have to talk to you guys later. Oh, and Knox Ashford, I want to say Knox Ashford was awesome. Thank you for jumping in the comments. You are awesome.
Thank you for showing up, Knox.
That was awesome. Yeah.
I think this is their first time here. I don't think I've seen them before. So appreciate you coming in. So hopefully hit that sub button. Come back and chit chat some other nerdy stuff next week.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
But like Brian said, let's get out of here, man. Appreciate everyone. See you guys on Monday. Later.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
All right.
We out here.